Somebody say elevation. Come on now. Elevation. Some of you are in the time of elevation where God is elevating you to the next level in your life. Come on now. And I want you to understand that elevation is not just about the blessings, but elevation is about the lessons in life. Come on now. Did you know that? Because a lot of times when we think about being elevated to the next level, we always think about material gain. But see, elevation is all about you within. Because you're coming into a place where God is elevating your faith. Come on now. God is elevating your patience. Come on. God is elevating you into the place of wisdom and knowledge. Come on. Somebody ought to know that. Listen, we already know when God is elevating you to the next level, we already know separation has to take place in your life. Being separated from the crowd. Because this is a time where it's one-on-one between you and God, where he has to shape and mold your mind the way that you think. God will bring you into a place of humbling you. Because a lot of us deal with pride and ego. You understand what I'm saying? See, elevation is all about God separating you from your flesh. To now that you're going to live in the spirit. Come on now. See, you will no longer fight in the physical anymore. Because before your elevation time, you used to use your hands. But God is teaching you how to use your spiritual gifts to come against the attacks that come against you. Come on now. He's going to teach you how to use your spiritual powers. See, when God elevates you, you have to move different. Because when he is elevating you to the next level, you will hold a lot of high positions sometimes. And your character will sometimes knock you out of those rooms if you don't have discipline. Come on now. This is why it's good for you to have elevation in your life within. Not material gains, but spiritual gain. You see what I'm saying? You better catch them diamonds. Come on now. A lot of times when God has you in that place of being elevated, sometimes you will occupy jobs that you think are beneath you. And even when people see you working on these jobs, they know that you don't belong there. But what God is doing, he is humbling you, letting you know you're not too good for anything. I'm taking you from the bottom to the top. But when you're being elevated, your character has to be Christ-like. You see what I'm saying? See, anything you do for God, it will last. So this is why you're going through elevation. Because what God is bringing you to, he wanted to last in your life, but he's teaching you how to maintain it. But first thing first is your character. Come on now. It's our character, the way that we behave. During this time of elevation, come on, you will find yourself learning to take accountability for your own actions. Come on now. Like I told you, the first thing God starts with is your character. You being able to identify when you are wrong. See, it's easy to notice when everybody else is wrong. But God says, when I bring you into a place of elevation and you're being elevated, how is your character? How is the posture of your heart? Come on now. Like I say, he'll work within you. This is not about what's outside of you. This is within you. Elevation is for you to rise up, for you to come to your higher self. During this time of elevation, you will also learn how to pray for your enemies. See, when people say, Lord, use me, elevate me, you're saying, Lord, strengthen my character. A lot of people want to skip the process, but no one will ever skip the process when it comes to God. You will go through everything because God has to renew you, your mindset, your life. That's what elevation is. But through this elevation, you will see the glory of God in your life, and you will experience and receive the benefits of the kingdom. But elevation is much deeper than your prayer list, the material gain. It is the posture of your heart and your mind. You understand what I'm saying? You better catch them diamonds. This is a time of elevation. Listen, I'm going to close my message with this. The season of elevation is nothing more than a season of being humbled. Come on now. It's just a season of being humble. Because when God is dealing with you and you come into that place of elevated to the next level, you will thirst and hunger after righteousness by the time this is over. You will seek God's face more than ever. You will acknowledge God in all your ways. See, God knows how to take us through this process to purge those fleshly desires from us. It is better to live in spirit than to live in flesh, because the flesh will never be satisfied. But those who live in the Spirit of God, you already know, when you're doing God's will in the world, it is something about it so satisfying. Come on now. It satisfies you. Come on. Glory to God. By the time the elevation is over and you're being purged, you will acknowledge God in all your ways. Let me tell you the beautiful thing about this elevation. Elevation will bring you closer to God. But also, whenever you pray and you call on God, you will hear from God faster than what you used to. Come on now. You become God's friend. He'll tell you secrets that other people don't know. See, elevation brings you closer to the kingdom. Woo, now that's beautiful. There's a lot of benefits in elevation, not just material. Catch them diamonds.